Now let's look at learning objective B, which is compute tangent given sine and cosine. So remember in activity what we did for graphing, like where we would land on the circle. We moved the x value, then we moved the y value. And recall, we said x was the cosine movement, y was the sine movement. Therefore, this ordered pair was really cosine of an angle and sine of an angle. Now, if you go back to geometry class and we said, what is the tangent? From SOHCAHTOA, remember the TOA, tangent had said it's opposite over adjacent. So in this case, tangent opposite over adjacent is y over x, but y and x now mean sine and cosine. So this is a pretty important theorem. Tangent is equal to sine over cosine. Now, what would be another word for this movement? If we do sine over cosine, sine is the up movement, cosine is the right movement on here. So what other thing goes up and to the right of these 5 words? Tangent is really the same thing as saying slope. When you compute the tangent at a certain angle, it gives you the numerical calculation of its slope. It tells you the rise over the run to get to a certain angle movement. So we're going to be using, again, the approximate unit circle. Let's first evaluate what is the tangent of pi. So I'm going to move pi units on my circle, which is 1 semicircle. That's pi. Look at the circle. The ordered pair here is -1, 0. This is cosine and this is sine. So if someone said, what's the tan of pi? I would use the formula and say it's sine of pi over the cosine of pi. What's the sine? 0. What's the cosine? -1. 0 over -1 is 0. Now remember what I said tangent is. It's the numerical value of the slope that creates that angle. If this is a pi movement, by the way, that's 180 degrees. What is the slope of this line that makes 180 degrees? It's flat. It's 0. That's why tangent equals 0. Let's look at this one. The tan of -270. First thing you have to do is move -270 on the circle. This is backwards, so be careful. I'm going to go backwards 270. That's 90, 180, 270 lands me right here. That ordered pair is 0, 1. So to find this value, I'm going to do the sine of -270 over the cosine of -270. Well, the sine here is 1. The cosine is 0. Be careful. When you type this in your calculator, it can't compute it. This is undefined. Now, what does that mean numerically? Again, tangent is the slope of this line. The slope of a vertical line is considered undefined. So therefore, the tangent of -270 degrees is undefined.